with the strategic plan we crafted together last November, from 2023, during the VHL network meeting that was held in São Paulo. This plan aims to strengthen the MedCarib network and cooperatively build the Caribbean VHL. Hope this session will be useful, and please feel free to ask questions and share your insights. Today, we will have the opening remarks by Victoria Cruickshank-Taylor, Regional Coordinator of the MedCarib Network. And in the context of Network of Reference Librarians, we will have a presentation from BIREME's colleague, Rosemeire Pinto. Okay? And we will open for questions and comments. And also you can use the chat if you prefer. Okay, so let's start. Victoria, would you like to say some words?
Yes, thank you, Márcia. Welcome everyone from the MedCarib network. I want to welcome you to today's training session. We are pleased to be a part of this valuable learning opportunity, and we really do appreciate BIREME's commitment to providing these English sessions for us. They have really greatly benefited us. So far, we have gained a wealth of knowledge on topics such as indexing and documents. According to Lilacs, we have done a session on good practices, in the editorial process for scientific journals, and we have also done exploring semi-automatic indexing. And we look forward to building on these today, and I'm encouraging us to make the most of this session. Let us actively be engaged, ask questions, and take full advantage of the expertise that will be shared with us here today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Victoria. And now we will have Rosemeire Pinto, that will talk with us about the RefNet, the Network of Reference Librarians. Please, Rose.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Rose. I am a librarian with experience in conducting searches and providing training on find health information. I'm also responsible in BIREME for some information products, like such as the Windows of Knowledge. Maybe you'll hear about that. Today, I will talk about the network of reference librarians, RefNet, its product, the repository, and importance for democratization, the access of scientific information. We know that aligned with this, with BIREME mission, we developed some products. Let's here, like for example, Lilacs to manage information, scientific and technical produced in Latin America and Caribbean. VHL with solutions for managing different types of information in one place, integrating these resources. DEX that provides health terminology in 4 languages, making it easier to index and retrieve information. And today, the need to find the best available scientific information and evidence, whether to support a health decision or contribute to a research study, led to the creation of RefNet, this network of reference librarians, about 5 years ago. Okay. This network became even stronger during COVID-19 pandemic, contributing for research and fighting the infodemic by promoting access to information for health action. Librarians, as information professionals, need to be actively involved in health decision-making, ensuring access to quality information available in main information management systems like the health database. These databases, for example, Medline, Lilacs, MedCarib, for example, are responsible for managing and making accessible the large amount of health information produced by scientific health community. And librarians can and should contribute to the search, retrieval, and selection of this information, considering the best type of study to answer a health question problem. And on the other hand, recording these processes reflects in the methodology of the types of studies with the highest level of evidence and promoting the reproducibility of the results. Today, in the artificial intelligence age, systems still need to be trained and prompts need to be created and generate accurate answers. BIREME is developing new products and services for this purpose that will reflect on the future of the search of information. And then now let's talk about the RefNet, that is the network of reference librarians. And then the first slide it's a quick presentation. It's more than an invitation to you and an explanation that what is this system. RefNet is a network of expert librarians in developing search strategies, retrieve and evaluate the health information for multiple purposes. There are some goals here of the RefNet. It's to give visibility to search strategies developed across various health topics, to allow the reuse of search strategies by different audiences and different locations and contexts, to share the skills and competencies for these activities, to promote the connection between search experts and researchers, public managers, and others who need the information, the health scientific information, to promote the cooperation and contribution among members of the VHL network. This is some goals of RefNet. Who can contribute to the network? Reference librarians who work in health information retrieval in various contexts and different environments like universities, government agencies, hospitals, research institutes, among others. Which skills are desirable to a reference librarian? These skills, with the RefNet, our goal is to improve these skills for the librarians. It's to be expert in information retrieval, with ability to search for and obtain accurate and relevant information from various databases and information sources in health. To search and evaluate evidence, finds and assesses information that support decision-making, to have knowledge of specialized databases with familiarity with subject-specific databases, particularly in fields such as health, science, and technology. And to be attentive to new tools and technologies, keeping up to date with tools and technologies that facilitate the steps of the search, such as tools for evaluating study type of methodologies, for example. Why should I join to this network? To be able to have access to web conferences for training and skills improvement, contributing and accessing repository management systems, publishing search strategies in the repository, promote the production of search strategies created within your institution or area of expertise, ensuring this documentation remain accessible for all, and to be a member of VHL network. I will try to share this page when you have some information about RefNet. Just a second here. I don't know if I shared. No, just a second. I try to share. I'll keep the presentation and then I'll share the pages. And then we have a page for RefNet with information about this network. At this page, we have forms to the registration for the professionals, for the librarians, and researchers deal with search strategies for developing types of studies, systematic reviews, and other. You need to complete this form. This form is not for an institution. This form is for individual person, the person who developed the search strategies. The reference librarian. In Brazil, we say referencist. I don't know if it's a new word, but we can say this, the network of referencists. This is the system, the repository where we deposit the search strategies. Today, there are more than 1,000 themes with search strategies ready to use about these themes in the repository. I will navigate later. This is a register in the repository with the search strategies. Então, there is a search strategies here. The default strategies are for VHL, but we have cases that we have strategies for PubMed, for Embase, for other sources of information in the repository. But the default is the search strategy for VHL. And we have here, we have a result of this search in the VHL, in the VHL. Another kind to contribute to this network is sharing your expertise in webinars organized by this network. Every 2 months or every time in a year, we have some webinars like that to explain about some topic in interesting topic for the network. For example, how to search in VHL, how to use Boolean operators, how to evaluate the type of studies, how to make a PICO for questions, for create some kinds of study, or to answer some needs. And then we have these in up to now, just in Spanish and in Portuguese, but from now on in English too, okay? And here my mail, but I will share the pages that I talked to you, and then I will here just a second, and then I'll try. See?
Not yet.
Could you see? Yes?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
no.
Thank you, Márcia. And then here in the VHL portal, we have the products and services. And this place, products and services, you can access, for example, the catalogs and repositories. The first one is repository of search strategies. This is the product of the RefNet, the references network. And then I will access this page. There is the repository, and here you can see, for example, here, monkeypox, for example, there is a search strategy for monkeypox here. I will access the search strategy, and here we can access the result of this search strategy in the VHL and Lilacs Plus, and complete results in all VHL. And this is the registration of the search strategies. We can search by topic, for example. An important topic when I said was COVID-19 here. There are 100 search strategies for COVID-19 that reflect in typing studies that are publishing in Window of Knowledge in COVID-19 that we publish in VHL. For example, we have here COVID-19. Then I put in English here, better for you. COVID-19 non-communicable diseases, for example. There is the search strategy. Too long, you can see. And you have a result of this strategy, and where there is this result is in the Health in Americas in PAHO page. And you can access this result there in Health in Americas, and many others. And then this webinar is to invite the professionals from Caribbean to join and cooperate with this network, and also to use and to promote the repository of search strategy in this region. The search strategies in the repository can reuse. You can adapt the search strategy, for example, for your need. Can I see here vaccines? Just see here just for VHL, but sometimes you have strategies for another systems, how for example, PubMed and their Embase and the other. In the page of the here, this page is the portal of the VHL network, the network portal. It's not the main portal, but the network portal. You have the directions in the presentation that I will send to you. I will disponibilizarei. I will be to be available in this page after the presentation. I will put the presentation here. There is a playlist here, but this playlist is in Portuguese and Spanish, and we will begin from now on with the presentations in English about search, just about search and construction of search strategies. And you can find your presentation here in this page. In this page, you have, for example, the form for contributors for the RefNet. And after you fill the form, you will receive a password to access the system, to include to your search strategy in this repository. And the search strategy will be available for other person. And this is a tutorial for include the for feeding the repository with your search strategies. It's very, very simple. And you can make a documentation of the search strategies you produces in the universities for systematic reviews, for another types of study. If you work or deal with this, if you are a reference librarian, you can put your search strategy in the repository to share with other people. And then it's all. If you have any question, I'm here to. If you need Victoria, Márcia,
Thank you, Rosie, for your presentation
welcome.
and all these very useful information. Now we are open for questions. Would you like to do any question? I think we have the chat also.
No, when I said this webinar is for invite you to begin this network with Caribbean professionals. And if you have some demand of information, of some doubt about searches, we can promote new webinars for this. I don't know if you know the window of knowledge. I can share COVID-19 that consume that we have many search strategies in this network for window of knowledge of COVID-19.
Yeah, I think it will be good to share it just to show where the search strategies can be used. Okay?
Okay, I will share for some examples.
Thank you.
While you're sharing, I just wanted to ask, is the platform such that if persons from MedCarib, the English-speaking Caribbean, wants to use it, is it in English or is it in Spanish and Portuguese? I just wanted to know about the language issue, how it
The
works.
platform is in English, Spanish, and Portuguese. The system for feeding is in English. Is the information is in English, and facilitates you to share your search strategy. But to search the strategies in the repository, you have three languages: Spanish, Portuguese, and English too.
Thank you. I want to also find out, how does it work? Is it that the librarian suggests topics for writing of the search strategies, or is it something that the network decides on and then asks persons to write strategies for them? How does it actually work?
It depends. In COVID-19 pandemic, we suggest for the network to develop strategies for COVID. But when we don't have any emergency or like COVID-19, it's free. You can put you can deposit your search strategy in the repository, any kind of search strategy. Of course, the search strategy is more elaborated for a kind of type of study, or a question, a clinical question, or for decision making for government, for example, more search strategies that are more difficult to construct, that you need to search more, to put more information, more topics, more terminology, that demands more effort to do these search strategies, and it's free. Some networks in BIREME, for example, the cancer network, develops search strategies for this theme. Então, for example, you and Caribe, you can develop some search strategies for the needs in health for the region, specific needs. But if you find the search strategies in the repository, because are more than 1,000 searches, you can reuse the search or create a new research in the context, for example, for Caribbean, and then it's free to to put to construct, to develop your search strategy.
Understand. Thank you. Márcia, I think what is happening with the comments is that persons are unable to access the chat. The comments have been disabled, so maybe if you enable it, they will be able to make the comments and ask questions. Thanks.
Okay.
I'll try to change, but the registration person can write in the chat, but I'll try to habilitate here. But if you need to talk, I can habilitate the microphone.
Yes, thanks.
Yeah.
If you can, yes, that would help.
Yes. Yeah, the microphone is enabled now. So if anyone wants to say something, you can raise your hand and we'll call you. Anyway, Avril, would you like to say something?
Okay. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Right. Hi. Thank you, Rose, for your presentation. and hello to all my
welcome.
colleagues from BIREME and elsewhere. So I'm glad that we have the opportunity now to be exposed and to be sensitized to the repository because it is useful, and I think apart from the collaboration, it is an opportunity for our librarians to build capacity and also to develop competencies in searching, and in addition to saving time and not duplicating something that someone has already done in terms of a specific search. So I'm hoping that we would have the opportunity to encourage our librarians in the MedCarib network to register either personally or as institutions so that they can avail of this network. So I know it's been in operation. I'm not sure how many members are in the network right now, but certainly it will be it's a good initiative for the English speaking side, and I'm really thankful that you all have arranged these training sessions because we are benefiting, and but we need to encourage to do more to promote and encourage our participants in the network to use the facility, because you mentioned some examples of PICO and also the webinars. All of these would be of interest and relevant apart from the search strategies and the resources, the searches that are part of the strategy. So I just had a question. Is there how does the group communicate? Is there a listserv or any channel or tool for communication of the group and the network?
Yes. Before, thank you for promoting. It's very important. And invite the people to make your registration in the system for contribution. And we have a group. A group is not it's a group in at Google, and I will share to you or in the people who make your registration. It's included in the group, and we can talk about needs in this group, and then after registration, okay? We have this nowadays. We have about 180 people in the group, more the most of them in Portuguese and Spanish language, but you will include it there to, and if you need something, we can talk in this group.
Okay, great. Thank you. And you also mentioned that you'll be sharing the presentation on the site that you the URL you provided, so we can check that after, yes? Because our reference librarian, she's not in on the session, so it's important that she sees the presentation.
I will
Thank
send the
you.
presentation. I will send the I will send the presentation for Victoria to share to you, and the presentation will be available in the page of the RefNet in the VHL, both. Okay?
Okay, thank you, Rose. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Any more questions? Someone needs to talk? I will share some applications of this. Okay, I will share some applications of the search strategies. Just a second. Okay. Let's see here in the VHL, for example. We have the windows of knowledge. That is a kind of hot site from some subjects or health themes important or in health, with searches in health. And then I will share to you, for example, this window of knowledge for COVID-19. This window, oops, there are more than one. I will share this one. That is the English. This one here. I think this is Francês. No, in English. Here in English. For example, this is a window of knowledge. The theme is COVID-19. We created this this window of knowledge in February 2020, the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic. And here are, for example, many searches in many other terms combined with COVID-19. Documents and other themes that people need to know about this topic and the COVID-19 pandemic. So, for example, complications. There is a result. You try. The system is too slow. Okay, there is a result for complications in COVID-19. You can see here, COVID-19, the main subject, kidney injury, thrombosis, pneumonia. It's the document associated with COVID-19 in this topic. And then many searches in COVID-19 are here for people who needs to search, who needs to make some kind of study for this topic. And this is one application of the search strategies. Another one I can't share now because I don't know the page, but in Health in Americas, the produced by PAHO, there is an area of some diseases. For example, COVID-19, there is the application of search strategies. There is, for example, type of studies like systematic reviews. There use some search strategy in the repository, search strategy available in the repository. In its methodology of these search studies, for example, you can see in the methodology of the search studies, if you are, you for example, use or find some information about, for example, here, take a look, about sustainable, the Agenda 2030. The Agenda 2030 has all goals here in repository with the search strategy for these goals. And you can use in some kind of study you are developing about this topic. The searches are very simple here. You put the name, for example, here, yoga for, here, yoga for complementing medicine for traditional and complementary medicine, integrative medicine, you can see the search and reuse the search in your development of study, for example. Another example in VHL is the evidence maps. The evidence maps needs to, for beginning on evidence maps, you need to make a search of the topic of the evidence map in the VHL. These searches for these evidence maps that are here are in the repository of search strategies. Another application is Evidizi. Evidizi is a guided evidence search that this source of information. It's very, very good for government, for searching decision. For example, here we have for example, all neglected diseases. And then you are interested in, for example, tuberculosis. For a while, we are navigating the page. Tuberculosis, you have need to decision, you have one step for decision make. What kind of step? Understanding and clarifying the problem, identifying the options. Entonces, and then, for example, identifying the options here. For identify the options, what specific interest about this problem? Find recommendations, looking for policy brief. Take a look if I have policy brief. I don't know if I have, but I'll try. Look for policy brief for tuberculosis. Here, policy brief. Search. There is our search. Neglected diseases, tuberculosis, identify the options, looking for policy brief. Unfortunately, I don't have policy brief. And then I'll try to find recommendations or identify benefits or find recommendations, for example. Find recommendations and guidelines. Search, no recommendation. Identify benefits. Oh, here is. There are systematic reviews about tuberculosis, to recommendations and benefits for the tuberculosis. For example, there is a result of a search. This search that is under this navigation is developed for this network. And then we have many, many searches there. There is in many products in the VHL. Entonces, for example, this is the products. For example, if you have a librarian in a university needs to share some information about a health topic. You can develop your search strategy, put your search strategy deposit your search strategy in the repository, and share the link of this result or of this search strategy in your page at the university. For example, it is a practice example of the use. all studies, or the best studies, the studies that we have the highest level of the evidence, need to share the search strategies used in this study. And you can put your search strategy in the repository and share the link with this documentation of the search strategy in your study. It's some examples you can use this. And other hands, for example, is where is here? Okay. Just a second. I'll put in English. When you have here your organization, your institution deposit the search strategy here in the repository, you put your name of our institution here, and you can look for this Inca, or Inca. All these search strategies are developed by this institution, the Institute of Cancer in Brazil. And you put the name of the university, the ministry, your library, and then you have the link for access all search strategies you developed. Okay? Okay, it's all. If you have any more questions. Any more questions? Márcia, Victoria?
Thank you, Rosie.
No?
Victoria? Victoria, do you think anyone else does have any question?
Okay, I don't have any more questions at this time. I see your mic is open. Is it that you want to ask another question, or you're okay?
Oh, I'm okay. No further questions.
Sure.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Okay, Márcia.
So, maybe we can finish this meeting right now. And
Open
thank
the
you, everybody.
cameras.
Yes, sure.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody, for the participation, and a special thank you for Rosie for your presentation and for all this information that I'm sure will be very, very useful for everybody. Okay, so let's open the camera. Hi, Venice. Hi, April.
Hi. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Okay.
Anyone else? That's all? Okay, so let's take a picture. Hi, Bernice. Hi. Okay, let's take a picture. Smile, please.
Thank you for all. If you have any question, we have a channel of questions in VHL. You can use this channel in VHL. It's Ask a Librarian. You will talk to me if you need. And then in the group, the person who make your registration for the network, I will invite for the group. You can share your doubts, and I will answer the questions and share your knowledge too. It's very important. Okay? Thank you very much. Hi,
Thank you.
Bernice.
Thank you
Thank
all.
you
Bye
so
bye.
much.
Thank
Bye. Thank you.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.
Parar a transcrição. Tem um jeito de parar a reunião. Você sabe onde é? Parar a reunião. E que não fica.
Não fica
ouvindo.
continuando? Não é só quando você sai, daí você vê
Ah, não, é aqui, ó.
encerrar a reunião?
Uhum.